Zero knew everything. If they could uncover Zero's identity, all their questions would be answered. Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps... At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door. 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 2 equals 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Oh yeah! Yeah, you're right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out. He's the only slow one. As they snipped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2 on.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I assumed you'd figured it out.
Gah, forget it. Let's just get going.
Agreed. 7 stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. 7 quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon there were 4 asterisks on the screen. 7 glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
Alright. You guys ready to go? As ready as I'll ever be, and I'm really tense right now. Oh,
I am really nervous, and really excited, and really everything. Let's just get to this. Oh. Yup. Watch it literally end as we go through the door and be like, get Zero escape! Yeah. Huh, I'm just now thinking about what that title might mean. Virtue's Last Reward. Zero escape. Is that going to be the same Zero from this game? Is that like referring to the name Zero? Like, I don't know. Let's not think into that, because we're focusing on this game for now. Junpei paused for a moment. Not yet.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something. Is this more memories playing tricks with him? You want to check something? Yeah, before I do... 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please. This is really important. Oh, I'm really curious. What are you doing, Junpei? I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here. Junpei looked directly into 7's eyes. The older man looked back for a moment, then nodded. Fine. It opened! We see another door right beyond it. 7 pulled down on the lever, and door 9 creaked open. I bet the, Uranus key goes to a door in there. That's where it's gonna be used. Calling it right now. Then they waited. 6, 7, 8. After 9 seconds, the door closed. Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So? We knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right, it is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet? Why don't you take it out, Clover? For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei. Haha, so you did know I had it. I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime. If 7 wasn't with us, the 2 of us could have used it to get out, if Zero actually inputted 0, which it doesn't. She reached into one of the pockets of her voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. Wait a second, if Junpei is trying to discern if Junpei is trying to discern Zero's identity by using the Zero bracelet, and he finds out that it registers 6, which is June, what's he gonna think? Now, it could register just more than just June. Again, I never went back and checked the other pathway. I didn't want to, but I might be forced to check right now. Junpei took it from her and turned it to 7. This was in the left hand of the corpse of the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm going to call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters Cap. If Cap was really 0, then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. 4 plus 5 plus 0 equals 9. But most importantly, if you were Cap, and this was your game, would you really put one of these bracelets on yourself? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand. Okay. After he and Clover scanned their bracelets, he waved Caps over the scanner panel. Then he pulled the lever. However, didn't work. The door didn't open. The res display read error. I knew it. Now, what does this tell us? Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work? No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register. 7 waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared on the red. Huh. Looks like you're right. See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility. That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying? That's right. Then what number is it? Let's find out. Junpei, scan the bracelet with this combination. Oh boy! Snake, Junpei, and Cap. Snake, Clover, and Cap. Snake, Junpei, 7, and Cap. Snake, Clover, 7, and Cap. 7, Junpei, and Cap. Alright, here's the thing I'm thinking of. We already know that June's number works. The question is, do other numbers work? I want to test if other numbers work first, I think. Just to get that out of the way. So, Snake gives a 2. Junpei gives a 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, which means if the Cap... Let's just do this then, yeah. If the Cap registers a 2, does that mean Snake is also 0? Is everyone 0? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and test the first one. Snake plus Junpei plus Cap. Snake plus Junpei equals 2 plus 5 plus 7. This combination opened the door, then Cap's bracelet was number 2. However... the door didn't open. Ooh, okay. Does it only register for 6? What would that mean? I'm really thinking Junpei is 0. Unless Junpei and June are both 0? I've been thinking this whole time it's only been one person. Maybe it's both of them. Do they both have split personalities? We already know something's up with June. We know something's gotta be up with June. She's got this constant feverish thing going on. And Junpei and June are the only ones who we don't know the connection to the previous Nonary game. Okay, new theory. They're both 0. There you go. That's the theory. Alright. Cap's number wasn't 2. Junpei proceeded to... let's just get it over with. What gives us a combination of 3? It would be 7 in Junpei and Cap. 7 plus Junpei plus Cap. 7 plus Junpei. 7 plus 5 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. This combination opened the door, then Cap's bracelet was number 6. What's Junpei gonna think of this? Hey! It opened! The door opened! What? Why? What does that mean? Both 7 and Clover seemed rather shaken. As they turned to look at Junpei for answers, the door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow. Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6. 7 plus 5 plus 6 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. But doesn't it say 0? This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter 0. Letter 0? Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, 0, O, the letter O is what? The 15th letter of the alphabet? And 1 plus 5 digital root number would be 6. Okay. Alright, this whole time I've been paranoid about, oh my god, they're making it too obvious that June is 0. They're making it too obvious that June is 0. But, that's not what they were doing. Okay. I wish they had brought this up in the other pathway. I hadn't even thought about that. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out the cat's bracelet is 6, right? Yeah. Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s? Before jumping an answer, Snake spoke up. There is most likely only 1 person with a 6. But I don't get it. What about June? Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with? Wait, what? June's number was never 6 to begin with. Okay, so we're getting back to June being 0 now, are we? Just as I thought we were getting off of it, we're right back onto it. How could June's number not be 6? G? Is it supposed to be a G? What the hell does that mean? Her bracelet was flipped. In other words, June's real number is 9? That seems the most likely. Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap? Why would you say that? Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up. Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously on it. Junpei leaned over to look at it. List of all the numbered doors June's gone through. Clover read each row out loud so that Snake could follow along. Alright, I made a list of all the numbered doors that June has gone through so far. I wrote down which door she went into and with who. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9, and wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work. If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4. If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8. Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list? What do you mean? You're talking about 3, right? 3? Santa's always in the room with her. That's true. I had noticed that, but is that actually going to be important? Wait a second, maybe Santa and June together are instead... Okay, but then what's up with Junpei's mind fucks in his head? I'm just going to let the game explain. That's what you're saying, isn't it? Yes, exactly. What about it? It's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now doesn't that beg the question, why? Yeah, I was thinking creepy stalker for June, but it's not that simple. Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3. Santa's real number. 7, would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equation? Yeah, sure. I don't think... Red herring! Red herring! This is a red herring! 7 took the pen from a confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations. That's what you're getting at, right, Snake? He read out the changes he'd made. When he finished, he looked at Snake. Snake smiled. Thank you. That is exactly right, 7. But then there would be 2 number 9 bracelets. That makes things weird. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0. No way. Santa's 0? And June was 9, not 6. On the contrary, Santa was 0, not 3. Plus 3 and minus 3. They cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order. That means that even though he set the whole damn thing up, Santa was still playing by the rules of the notary in this whole time. Precisely. So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing? Not sure if he acted alone or not. But I think it's safe to conclude that he is Zero. If my hypothesis is correct. Clover bit her lip. She seems to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei. Junpei remained silent in thought. Snake's hypothesis didn't satisfy him. June's bracelet was flipped. Even if that were possible, then there would have been 2 number 9 bracelets. If that were the case... Alright, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door. Door 9 opened. They leapt through. The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Nothing complicated. Quickly they scanned their bracelets. And the detonator stopped. Whew. After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them. At the end was a set of stairs leading down into the ship. It looked as though they led all the way to the bottom deck. They looked down. It didn't seem to be flooded. After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. We're heading to the bottom deck. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves in the bottom. Yes, Uranus door, here we come! Please tell me we have the key. Please tell me it's not like with Ace or something. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door. And of course, there was a symbol engraved onto the keyhole. It looked like the sort of harpoon one would use to hunt fish, the kind with 3 prongs. Snake traced the shape of it with his fingers. This is the Neptune symbol. Ah! There must be a key around here somewhere. Neptune key. All Junpei had was the Uranus key card. Not the same planet, and not even the same sort of key. Clearly, it wasn't going to open this door. After examining the door for a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back the way they'd come. A little more searching, they found a metal door. That we can use. Decided it was a card reader. The symbol was engraved around the card reader. It matched the Uranus symbol on the key card Junpei was carrying. This is the place. He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. It beeped once and the light on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Junpei, Clover, Snake, and Seven looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. The room they found themselves in was full of books. That's right, the library on the bottom deck. Looked remarkably like a library. That's right. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books. More the sort of library that was simply a place to store books. Does that mean Alice is somewhere here? Or something? He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority. Alright, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I said we split up and look for it. Okay. Very well. Sure thing. Good, let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry! Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind.